Not only do you lack fire, you lack imagination. Because when you're poor, let me tell you something poor people do all the time. You imagine. My brother and I used to sit around and talk about what could be if only we managed to get it out. How it would feel to have this car. How it would feel to be in this place. How it would feel to be famous and internationally renowned. How it would feel to go to Saint-Tropez and live on a yacht. How it would feel to be able to fly on private planes. How it would feel to not have to worry about food anymore. My brother and I used to imagine for hours. We used to talk about it. We believed in this version of reality where we somehow made it. But if you're in the middle, you don't do that. You don't want it enough to talk about it and imagine over the temporary dopamine and entertainment you can achieve from the fucking PlayStation your mother bought you because your parents have enough money for PlayStations. We didn't have one. We couldn't get one. We couldn't afford it. I'd like to be rich, but Netflix is on and the TV's on and mom's just brought me a Capri Sun.
The heating's on.
I'm not cold. Everything's fine. So you don't sit and imagine deep in your soul. Not only do you lack fire, not only do you lack motivation, you lack imagination. And that's why it's very important. You need to start believing you are the fucking man, even if you're not yet. Before I was world champion, I knew I was going to be world champion. You have to believe these things. Poor people imagine escaping. And rich people have duty to their last name, which is instilled in them. So they are born and raised to be winners. Your parents are not doing that. Your parents aren't even saying you need to be rich because your last name is X. They're not saying that. They're saying, well, I want you to follow your passion and I want you to be happy. And, you need to go to school. Just get a degree and get a mortgage. And as long as you're happy. It's bullshit. They are poisoning you.
Because you will not be happy.
You better get some fucking money. What do you mean you want to follow your dreams? What do you mean you're tired? What do you mean you want to go to fucking therapy? What do you mean you want to just sit around and play video games? You better get some money, you little bitch.
Deliver those newspapers.
Yeah, go get a fucking job. Go work at a gas station. I don't give a shit. Get some money. Go get some money. And we used to sit there struggling to make money as teenagers, giving it all away to our parents to keep the house functioning, dreaming of a world where we didn't have to do that anymore. We had imagination and we had hunger and fire. You don't have those things. That's why you're fucked. Do you not understand? It doesn't matter how tired I get when I fight. I'm never actually tired because I am so desperate to hurt my opponent. I am more desperate to hurt him than I am tired. In all realms, forever. That is the hunger and motivation. That's why boxers start poor. That's why fighters are poor. There's a different mentality they're born with. They imagine being champion. They're prepared to do anything it takes. They have hunger and fire inside of them. There's no fucking middle class champions. None. So it's extremely important you develop your imagination as well as your fire. And I'm saying this to you because there's a whole bunch of you who don't realize how badly you've failed. You were born somewhere in the middle and you're still somewhere in the middle. You grew up in some middle class fucking household. Your parents had a car. Your parents had jobs. They had a mortgage. They paid their house off. You've now moved out. You got some fucking average ass apartment in Miami. You fucked the odd girl. You got some Audi. You make a little bit of money. You think you're a G. You're a fucking nobody. You've not even managed to surpass your parents. You haven't elevated on any level. You're exactly where they fucking were. You're at the same fucking place. And I'm telling you, unless you get into the ultra wealthy, unless you're in a position like my brother and I, where you can spend millions and millions of dollars a day for the rest of human time, eventually you're going to end up some degree of slave. You need to start imagining what actual freedom is. You need to start seeing beyond the confines of your comfort. You need to start developing the hunger it's going to take for you to elevate to the highest possible echelons and stop being enslaved by your comfort, because that's what you're enslaved by. It's extremely important. What have you done today which is going to positively affect the outcome of your future? How many of you at home have actively tried to network today? Learned something new today? When have you sat and imagined your dream life? When have you self-analyzed and self-reflected and tried to work out where you've gone wrong to end up such a mediocre specimen of man? Why can't you go down to the dealer and buy a brand new Lamborghini right now? Why not? Is it a lack of money? Is it a lack of, what is it? Is it only money? Are you afraid if you buy one you'll get robbed? Are you a pussy? What is stopping you? Have you even thought about any of these things? Has it even crossed your mind? It's extremely important gentlemen, that you understand the chessboard and understand exactly where you are so you can make changes. Most of you are not actively building a future. You're not actively trying to build the dream life that you want to have. And then you expect it to just appear. Do you know why? Because when you were born in the middle, your parents put food in the fridge. It just appeared. The heating was just on because it was cold outside. Do you not understand when you were born here and it was cold outside and you said, Mom, it's cold, can we put the heating on? She'd say, do you have any fucking money?
Put on a sweater. Sweaters are free.
You'd say, no, I don't have any money. You ain't got any money. Why do you want the heater on? It's like, because I ain't got any well, it's cold. Well, then get some fucking money. We were taught, if you want something, get money. Mom, I'm hungry. You got any money? No. Well, then you're hungry. Bitch, get some money. We knew. You never had that problem. You think your dream life's going to just appear on your doorstep because food just appeared in your fridge and the heating just fucking turned on. It was given to you by your fucking parents and they have neutered you. They've taken away your fucking spirit of resistance, your spirit to conquest and fight back. That's why people at the bottom, we understand intricately. We understand this viscerally. We understand that nothing is going to come to us unless we go out there and get it ourselves. And once you have that, you have endless motivation for all things. That is extremely important. You may never be poor, but you'll never matter. You'll be somewhere here in the middle forever. Because you know what? It's not just in the middle financially. It's the middle in all ways.
You're not strong.
You're not strong. Yeah. You're not unique. Women can't smell warrior on you. Your woman cheats on you. Your woman back talks you. You think a rich man has to deal with that? No. Because otherwise she doesn't get to go on the boat. You think a poor man has to deal with that? No. Because otherwise she gets domestic violenced. Only you in the middle are having a fucking female run her mouth to you and you're going, please babe, calm down. All because you're such a fucking pussy, you won't do what it takes to have an essence of superiority and power about you. It's truly incredible how lazy you are if you're prepared to spend your only spin of this earth living a subpar experience purely because you cannot find the fire inside of you to get up and get things done. God wants to see you take care of what he has given you. Nobody continues to give gifts to the ungrateful. This is absolutely true about life, except the people who are most likely to get gifts when they're ungrateful are the idiots in the middle. When you're at the bottom, you don't get gifts at all. If you do, you better fucking show you're grateful for it or you're never going to get it again. At the top, if they give you money or give you gifts, they expect you to go out there and do something fantastic with it, like they would do, because they have high expectations of themselves and their bloodline. But if you're in the middle, you're allowed to fuck up. Do you think Baron Trump is going to be allowed to fuck up with Trump's money? Doubt it. Do you think the people at the bottom are allowed to fuck up with a few dollars in the house? No. You know who's allowed to fuck up? You. Somewhere in the middle, you can borrow a bit of money. You can, oops, I got in debt. Oops, I gamble. Oops, I'm a dummy. You can oops. And guess what? They'll bail your stupid ass out. You will never truly feel the sting of rock bottom. And that's why you're going to stay where you are. I'm going to build my wealth in 22 years. 22 fucking years? That's how much time you have? That's how much food's in your fridge, you little bitch? You're going to sit around and just wait 22 years? People die in our world. We don't have 22 fucking years. We have things to do. We have to go and get it. We have hunger inside of us. You are so lazy. Most of you have a plan to get rich in 3 years from now, and that's fine. You don't understand you could get rich in 3 weeks if you tried.
Women have a special type of energy around them. They're fascinating. They're wonderful in their own special way. And they make life beautiful. You're taking a walk on the beach, it's better with a woman. You're laying in the park looking up at the sky, it's better with a woman. You're at dinner, it's better with a woman. You're at a club with your male friends, you want women around. Women are the seasoning to life. Women have a special type of energy, and I love women. Let me explain something to you. There's no trick. There's no life hack. There's no being in a position where all the women you meet or come into contact with want to have sex with you. That doesn't exist for any man on the planet besides Brad Pitt and a few others. If you want to be an elite level player, you have to work at it. This is what I explain to everybody. Why is Floyd Mayweather the best boxer in the world? Why is Roger Federer the best tennis player in the world? Because they train and work and perfect their skills, and that's why they are the best in their field. I am exactly the same. I'm not some guy who women just all want and they chase me and message me on Instagram and want to come over to my house. No, I make a conscious effort every single day. I wake up, I plan, I make my moves like I'm on a chessboard, and I keep not only my 6 relationships going, but I have plenty of time to meet new women. A question I'm asked a lot is, how do you meet women? So the key to approaches is to keep your number of approaches very, very low. Aim like a sniper, not a flamethrower. If you see a beautiful girl, you're in a high-end spot, you want to add her to your harem, you want to add her to your collection, even if you're in your local bar. She could be a beautiful barmaid. You make your one approach, you try to get her contact details, and you then work on that lead. Mass approaching every woman who you could talk to is the enemy of an elite playboy like myself, because you need the hours of the day. You need your hours in the day to work, to do business, to do other things that are important, that add to the lifestyle that attracts beautiful women. You can't afford to waste all your day walking around, walking up to girls, asking for their Facebooks, asking for their Instagrams, asking for their numbers. It's pathetic. You need to make your approaches when it's approaching time. You're out with your friends, you're at a nice restaurant, you see a group of girls, you're out at a nice bar, you see a girl by the bar, she catches your eye. Then you go over and you make your approach. I make no more than 2 or 3 approaches a week. Approaches my way is completely different, you see. I don't march around trying to get women to have sex with me by talking to them. I have built a lifestyle. I have built a life which puts me in contact with beautiful women. I'm around them. I'm in the best clubs. I'm in the best restaurants. I'm in the best bars. I'm in the best spots in the world. I'm flying all over the place. The highest level women in the world are not in your local mall, gentlemen. They're in some bar in Cannes or Monte Carlo. And if you're not there, you're not going to get them. Another way you can meet women is by having a group of women with you. Now, having a group of women with you in a town or city where these women are from, it acts like a magnet. If you have 3 or 4 girls from New York with you while you are in New York and you're taking them to the best clubs and the best bars and the best spots, the girls they know congregate around you. Having girls with you acts like a magnet. I do not go out with just men. I go out with women every single time. I don't care if they're my friends, my girlfriends, girls I'm sleeping with. I bring women when I go out because they're friends, their girlfriends, their mates, they all want to come over and talk. And that is a way that I meet a lot of women. Dating apps are nowhere near as powerful as Instagram. Everyone who's anyone, every attractive girl in the world is on Instagram. And every guy who's an elite level guy, every guy with some clout, some presence, some money, some talent, some skill, something to offer is on Instagram too. Instagram is the most powerful dating app in the world. You could be the most handsome guy in the world. You could be a Ferrari driver. You could be in super yachts in all your pictures and private jets. If you have a boring profile picture and 200 people following you, it's not that the girl likes you for the number of followers. It's you are not going to be seen. You're going to send a message to this beautiful girl. She's going to scroll down her messages. Oh, who's this? This guy has 20,000 followers. Let me read this guy's messages. She's going to skip right past you. The importance of building up a nice Instagram page when it comes to game is exceptionally important in today's world. Again, like with Instagram, my Tinder pictures are me next to my supercars, me by the pool, me looking good, having trained hard. I try to get all the attention I can from the social media, and my Tinder pictures are my Instagram pictures. Women will seek you out, not just in the real world, but in the online world more so than ever before. Women care about looks. They do. I'm not the best looking guy in the world, but I try my hardest. My beard isn't trimmed. My hair isn't cut nicely. But most of the time, I'm walking around with a nice trimmed, razored beard. My haircut is always on point. I've gelled my hair. I've dressed nicely. I'm wearing a designer shirt, nice watch, nice shoes. I'm presentable to the world. I work out. I'm physically fit. I'm not always in the best shape, but I do my push-ups every morning. I do my boxing. I do my training. Whatever training you do, you have to do it. Fitness is important. How fit do you look? It is basic human evolutionary biology. Oh, look, this big, strong, handsome guy. He'll give me nice children. Women may not think that exactly in their heads, but it's a big part of what makes women want to have sex with you. If you disregard it, if you think, oh, well, I'm rich. It doesn't matter. I'm a big, fat, ugly fuck. I've got loads of money. Women will want to fuck me. They won't. They won't. They may fuck you if you pay them, but that isn't what this is about. That's not being a playboy. That's being a customer. And I'm not teaching you how to be a customer. So yes, you do have to be presentable. You have to look your best. Train as much as you can. Make sure your hair is the way that you like it. I don't know. Don't get your hair cut if you have long hair, whatever. Do whatever makes you look good. Fitness is essential because it's something that women desire. So you take that general rule and you think, okay, I want to be as attractive as I can to as many women as possible. Don't be a fat, lazy f***. Rule number one, if you're a fat, lazy f***, get to the gym. You're not going to be able to live like me until you do. Get into reasonable shape, at least. Being the fat, lazy f*** is not attractive to women. I am not every woman's type. A lot of women look at me and think, you know what? I don't like him. I don't like the way he looks. Don't like the way he's shaped. Don't like his height. I'm too tall, maybe, for some women. Yeah, if they're short. I don't like this. I don't like that. Cool. I'm not every woman's type. Neither are you. Nobody is. I know some handsome dudes. They're not every woman's type. They can't be. However, being fit makes it far more likely that you are going to be the type of the women you meet. So absolutely, this is an essential rule. Being a man in demand is fitness. Look your best, train hard. Women like to feel safe. They like to feel protected. They like when you put your big arms around them. They like if you can pick them up. Women love that shit. Get to the gym.
If I saw a beautiful woman sitting there at the mall sipping a coffee and I was dressed in, my beard was all messy. I had a hood up and I was in like sweatpants and shit. The confidence, you haven't maximized your own confidence, if you know what I'm saying. When you're dressed really, really well, you just had a fresh haircut, you feel like a different person. So it's how it makes you feel. Women will do their makeup and do their hair and put on a nice dress, and then their personality, you'll know when you hang out with them, seems different. They're more full of their confidence. They're more their natural self. People are much more likely to listen to what you have to say, and also makes you more memorable. People take you more seriously. People are more likely to stop and listen to what you have to say. So also it burns you into people's minds and memories much more. When you are dressed very well, you aren't in a place, you become the place. You become part of the ambiance of the place. You're also doing your part to add to the aesthetics of a nice location.
Now, when it comes to dating, I know what some of you think. Women love money. No. Women love fun, and fun costs money. If you're broke, you're not going to get as many women. Why? You don't pay the women. I don't give women money. Good girls don't care if you have money. They're not going to ask you for money. But if you don't have any money, all you can do is invite them to your apartment. Money is important because money facilitates fun. You can take a girl out in your nice car. That's fun for her. I have a fully stocked bar in my cigar lounge in my house. They can come here, they can have some drinks. Money facilitates fun. So when it comes to dating, yes, you need money. Trying to impress a woman with a supercar doesn't work. So a Ferrari can make an amazing date. A jacuzzi can make an amazing date. I don't know what else you have. A guitar, a surfboard, whatever your talents are, they can add to a date massively. If you have a Lamborghini like I do, you don't say, oh, you want to go out in my Lamborghini? Talking about money is narcissistic. Talking about money is not attractive when it's one-on-one with a female. It's not cool. What you just say is, let's go for a drive. You take her for a drive, then you're in the Lamborghini. All it is a extra surprise on top of things. Never approach a girl and say, hi, I have a Lamborghini. Would you like to come for a drive with me? Never say, here, come to my house and I'm going to play the guitar and sing a song for you. That sounds gay. However, if you have your guitar on display in your room and you take her back to your house and she sees your guitar and goes, oh, play me something. Okay, you know what? Cool, I'll play you a little something. They already know who you are. They like you enough to meet you. Cool, everything else is a bonus on top. If they're meeting you, you don't have to say, oh, I could play the guitar and I have a Ferrari and I have a jet ski at my lake house. But if they want to meet you, hang out with them. First have coffee. Then add these things in. They're just bonuses, things that are going to make her smile, things that are going to excite her, and things that are going to lock her in to you even further than she's already invested.
Women chase excellence. Women don't necessarily want someone who's rich or someone who's smart. They want someone who's excellent. The top tier men in the world, you could take someone like Floyd Mayweather, who can't read, and he's 5'5", but he's the best in the world at boxing. That means he's an excellent man, and women chase after that. So there's no real rule to women. I would say that women chase excellence, and you have to work on every single aspect of yourself if you want to attract a large plethora of women.
The one mistake guys make that elite level players do not is they text too much. Let me explain to you. It's a very simple mathematical problem. If I spend 3 or 4 hours a day talking to a girl on WhatsApp, how many girls can I maintain that level of conversation with? 2, 3. I need to be talking to 15 girls at a time. And I have all my girls filed in my phone. I need to talk to all of them all the time. How do I do it? A few messages a day. Every 2 hours, I'll open WhatsApp. I'll reply to every single girl. Another 2 hours passes. I'll reply to every single girl. It's only a couple minutes every 2 hours. You don't lock yourself down into huge conversations. If you are talking on text about her interests, what she likes doing, why are you single, her life story, any of this shit is date material. You want to be sitting at a dinner table or sitting at a coffee bar having that conversation. She's met you. She finds you moderately attractive. At least she gave you her contact details. The whole text game is aiming at closing a date. Hey, how are you? It was good to see you the other night. Continue with your business. A couple hours passed. She's replied, yeah, it was really good. It was a really night out. You know, I'd like to see you again and get to know you a bit better. You free tomorrow? Let's go for coffee. Boom. That's it. That's all you need. The goal is simple. Make sure it's all orientated to getting her on a date. What kind of food you like? Perfectly okay question. Oh, I like this. I like that. Oh, you like Japanese food? That's cool. I know a really great Japanese restaurant in town. Have you ever been to this? Yeah, it's my favorite restaurant. Okay. I'll take you there tomorrow. Or no, I've never been there. Oh, you got to try it. I'll take you there tomorrow. When you're maintaining relationships like I am and your time is limited, you have to be sure not to burn your time. I call it burning time. You're with your girlfriend for 3 hours. All you have is 3 hours. Netflix? No! So I'm telling you, porn, masturbation, throw them out the window. You want to be an elite level playboy? Be a fucking man. You don't get sex for one day? Cool, you'll live. Do 50 press-ups before you go to sleep. Go out the next day hungrier. It's easy for me to just spend time, burn the hours watching Netflix, but she will not be as happy. Guys, Tiger Woods isn't the best golf player in the world because he sits on his couch watching Netflix. Muhammad Ali was not the best heavyweight boxer of all time because he sat on his couch watching TV. You want to be an elite level playboy, you want to collect these women, then you have to keep them happy. Do not engage in pointless arguments and do not engage in pointless conversation. If you have a relationship, if you're going to get caught cheating, don't let it be with some girl who lives in California that you're flirting with online for no reason. It makes you look like a simp. Do not burn your hours cheating on your girlfriend emotionally with girls far away, with girls you haven't got a chance with girls with boyfriends who don't take you seriously. Don't waste your time with this stuff, man.
There are some times where I've been talking to a girl for maybe a month and we have our second date or first date. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what, this one's in the bag. And it gets to 11 o'clock and she's like, you know what, I'm going to have to get up early tomorrow. I should really get a taxi home. I'm the least pushy man. There's nothing attractive about being pushy because you don't understand her. Maybe she's on her period, but it's that time of the month and she thinks, you know what, I'd love to fuck Tristan, but I'm just not going to do that tonight in his house. I'd be embarrassed. I'd be ashamed. Me being pushy is just going to undo the month of hard work that I've done being charming and being nice and being kind because I'm not getting laid. So, first circumstance, you don't go home with her. Yeah, always be a gentleman. Don't worry, let me get you a taxi home because why would you burn the hard work you've done and not bother setting up a second date? But it's not just that. I would just rather be nice. Being a gentleman is very, very important. There doesn't have to be a winner. When you're going on a date with a woman and you're looking to sleep with her and she's looking to have a good time, you could both go home happy.
Most guys are looking for a quick fix. You're looking for a secret, something I'm going to tell you, a magic word, a spell, an incantation that's going to make you be surrounded with women who want to have sex with you all the time. It doesn't exist. It does not exist. It's a recipe. It's a recipe which includes lots of hard work. And this is something I call being a man in demand, or the 5 F's. Got 5 F's. They are fitness, finance, fun, free time, the F word. Those are the 5 F's. And that is the recipe of what makes you a man who women want to. The most important part of dating when you are an elite playboy is something that you guys probably wouldn't guess. It is time management. Time management is the key to dating multiple women, to having a harem of women. You have to manage your time. You need your time. You need your time to work out. You need your time to make money. You need your hours of your day. You can't go marching around malls or marching around parks trying to go up to every woman who you speak to. You actively get searched out when you're an elite level guy. And this is what I mean one more time when I say you have to train and you have to work at being an elite playboy. That's the key. So, if you're not being scouted out, if you're not being hunted, if you're not being searched for, what exactly are you missing, guys? Stand up, look down. Can you see your dick? No, then you're too fat. Lose some weight. Women care about looks too. I'm not the best looking guy in the world, sure, but I make an effort. I try. I work out. I get into shape. All these women wouldn't like me as much if I was 20 pounds heavier or 30 pounds heavier. Of course they wouldn't. If you are lazy and you're broke and your Instagram looks terrible and you're fat as fuck and you look like shit and you're not smart, you're not interesting, you're not funny, you're busy all the time, how many women do you think you're going to get? Zero. It doesn't matter what you apply of what I know. You have to be a man who has some level of demand about him to be an elite level playboy. You do not give women money, ever. You do not give them money for sex. You do not give them money to show off. You don't give women money. That's bullshit. However, your financial situation creates an aura of fun. Women love fun. I have a swimming pool in my house. Women love that. In the summer, they're coming here, jumping in the pool, taking their bikinis off. Now, are they thinking, this pool, 28,000 euros this cost. Oh, this pool costs so much money. Tristan has money. Wonderful. No. They're thinking, wow, swimming pool. That's it. Finance and your financial situation makes you fun. Now, you have to be entertaining. Now, there are ways that nerds think you could be entertaining that don't work. Having a Lamborghini, for example. Having a Lamborghini does not make women want to have sex with you. It makes little boys want to drive around in your car. Women don't give a shit about driving around in your Lamborghini that much unless they like you. You have to make it fun. Having a supercar gets you an opening conversation. You park at the club, you walk inside. Is that your car? If you reply, yeah, that's my car. It has 600 horsepower and I got the tires custom from Germany and the body kit is actually from a custom body shop in Bucharest and I changed the color and I've got a special steering wheel. The girl's gonna be cool, see you later. If you're a boring twat, it doesn't matter what car you drive. It doesn't matter what car you drive. Hi, is that your car? No, it's yours. I'm gonna get drunk tonight. You're driving me home, yeah? Cool. Obviously, you don't really let her drive your car. But say something funny. I just came up with that off the top of my head. Say something witty. Say something entertaining. Being a millionaire, having nice things, having cool things, it doesn't get you pussy. It gets you a 5-second opener. And if you squander that, if you waste it, it was all for nothing. You have to be fun. Women don't care about money. They care about what's entertaining. Now, when I was broke, I used to have no money. I would be funny. I'd take girls on a date. I'd say, oh, you didn't wear high heels on our date in my Volkswagen Golf. They'd be like, no, where are we even going? Well, you know what? You're not wearing high heels. I'm going to take you to somewhere suitable. Brr, McDonald's. This was my routine. I go to McDonald's. I had a few pounds to my name. I roll on the window. Hi, I need an ice cream McFlurry. Yeah, bring me an ice cream McFlurry, but put extra love in it. What did you say? Extra love. Extra toppings? No, extra love. I'm on a date. I need to make her fall in love with me. Oh, okay. The girl's laughing her ass off. She thinks it's hilarious. I give her ice cream. Is it working? Are you in love with me yet? Why'd you take me to McDonald's? Well, you weren't wearing high shoes. Ha ha ha. I didn't have any money. Make them laugh. Make them enjoy their time with you. And this is what I said about dating earlier. You have to implant yourselves in their mind. Wow, I had a wonderful time. That could be on her mind for 2 days while you're f***ing your girlfriends and you're f***ing other women. That could be on her mind all week while she's working. Maybe she's busy and she can't wait to see you again. You have to be fun. Fun is important. Now, this is very subjective. It varies from man to man. I don't know where you are. I don't know where you live. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you know. I don't know who you know. But you know how to have fun in your own city, I'm sure, or your own town. You know how to show a girl a good time. Don't be boring. That is essential. And if you're a boring guy, work on it. If you're broke, work on it. If you're unfit, Work on it.
Women are wonderful, and they're good for so much more than just. Women are the single greatest thing and the best thing in the world, and they're the best thing about life. And if you have a simplistic caveman mindset where you think, I just need these girls, I need to have sex with all these girls, I think you're going to miss out on it. And I know I covered this earlier in the podcast, but there's so many amazing things about women. And I think that women need men and men need women.
The world has become exceptionally easy for a lot of men. It used to be a different place. Most men were cannon fodder. Most of us would have ended up in wars dying for fucking no reason.
Damn.
Now we don't have to do that. So because we don't have to do that, men think it's okay to just become comfortable now. You're not supposed to be comfortable. You were never evolved to be comfortable. You're supposed to be uncomfortable.
Right.
And if you make yourself uncomfortable constructively, it's very easy to be anything you want. You talk about GTA, Grand Theft Auto. I know the game. I used to play the old one on the PlayStation 1 when I was a child.
Which one?
I haven't played any.
Which one? You talk about San Andreas?
Very first one.
Vice City, GTA 3? Yeah.
Oh, the very, 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 very first one, like 1994.
Okay.
Old school.
Okay.
But I've never played any of those games, but I find it amazing that people will sit there and spend all their time upgrading that character, making as much money as they can, getting the best guns, getting strong, getting some hoes, meeting important people, getting the best car. They'll do all that in a game, but they won't do it in real life. I find that incredible. Like my life is GTA. I don't need to play a game for GTA. If I want a gun, I'll fucking buy it. If I want a car, I'll fucking buy it. I want a bitch, I'll get her. It's me. I am GTA. I don't see why people play the games. They play the games because they're scared of loss. Because if you die in the game, you get another chance. If you lose in the game, you get another chance. In life, you get one shot.
Damn,
But if you get some balls, that's what life is as a game. That's what life is as a man. This is one big video game. You get to upgrade your character. You're not born with any value. All these women that you just put me on with are born with value. They're pretty already. They're gorgeous already. They're good looking enough. Even if they're a 5, someone's going to give a shit they exist because someone wants to fuck them. As a man, if you don't make yourself valuable, you have no value. You have to get up and do it. Just like a video game. You start with fucking 0. You have to decide if you want to complete it. You have to upgrade your character. So I find it amazing that men are going to play video games and fuck about and waste their time instead of upgrading their character. Everyone knows what to do. You know what you have to do.
You're right.
If you had to become the most dangerous, intelligent, respectable man on the planet, you know you're supposed to go to the gym. You know you're supposed to train, learn how to fight. You know all these things. You don't do them. That's your decision. It's your prerogative. I didn't make that choice. I made the choice to do it all. I decided all of it. And every single man watching this can do the exact same thing. Which is why I have very little pity when I do these streams and people think I'm arrogant or I'm rude to people, or even to you earlier when I was making jokes and I've been joking with the girls,
You're
saying
good,
drink
bro.
the soy latte.
I'm not, yeah.
Of course, and I know we're only joking, right? But the point is that's a conscious decision you made. I would never make fun of someone who hasn't got a choice. I wouldn't make fun of someone born with one
I
arm.
have a choice though.
But if you've
right.
made a fucking decision to be less than you should be, then I believe you should be mocked for that decision.
I agree. I
didn't
feel
make
like,
that.
yeah, because like you're not living up to your full potential. Like it's your choice to basically not live up to your full potential.
Completely. And me as a man, when I put myself through hell, when I have had such exacting, such stringent standards for myself, why would I then have less exacting, stringent standards on the people I meet?
Damn.
Why would I put myself through hell to be me and then meet someone who didn't put themselves through hell and then treat them like my equal? No, fuck you. I suffered when you didn't. So you're not my equal because you decided not to suffer. You have enjoyed comfort when I haven't, and that's fine. But don't expect me to look at you as my equal because you're not. I'll snap your fucking neck.
Andrew,
That's the world.
Andrew, I have like a lot of friends around me. They're like good friends. Don't get me wrong. Like they're real friends, but like they're incredibly like lazy and they have so much potential. Like they could be big. They could be getting rich, all this shit, bro. But like they choose not to. So, but it's really hard because I love them. They're my friends and I came up with these guys and they're so entertaining. I love them. They're my brothers, but like.
I understand, but there's something that's very always kind of confused me. When I tell people that you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with, everyone agrees. They go, yeah, that's probably true. The 5 people you spend the most time with, that's what you're going to end up like. They say, yeah, that's true. And then they continue to hang around with people who they don't want to be. Why? There has to be a point. There has to be a point where you sit and go, okay, you're my friends, et cetera, et cetera. I love you guys. Yeah, we can talk, whatever, but I'm on a different life path. You have to leave some people behind. You wouldn't want to be, if you were to come hang out with me and you were in a room with me and my 5 friends, you'd feel self-conscious.
You're right.
You don't feel
with your friends.
Because you only
So you don't-
you only surround yourself around people that are on like your level of like.
I'm with killers. I'm with killers. We're fucking monsters. If you were to come hang around with me and my crew, you would be self-conscious, and that self-consciousness would motivate you, or they would certainly instill the discipline required for you to change. You don't feel self-conscious amongst your peers. That's why you don't change. If you were to get in a room and you're the only person who ain't a fucking monster, you'd want to become a monster. That's life. That's humanity. So I say this to people all the time. If you know you're the sum of the 5 people you hang around with, why you hang around with people you don't want to be?
Nah, it's true, bro. I'm gonna tell you why, right? I was, do you know who I Show Speed is?
No.
He's this other creator that's like obviously like in my space. I was staying with him in September, and like I would literally like be on my shit like every day, like grinding, like at what I'm grinding, right? And like when he left, I had like no one around me to basically like kind of like on my, or like, so it shows.
I get it.
Yeah.
And that's why I live in a competitive environment. I live with my brother, my cousin. I live with men. We have a big house. We could all afford fucking 10 houses each. We live together on purpose. If my brother does 500 push-ups, I ain't going to be the bitch of the house. I ain't going to not do them.
Right.
So that's another reason the war room exists. My organization, the reason it's so competitive is the reason we kick people out. You have to fight to keep.
Even if they pay, you're like, I don't give a fuck. Get out. Like,
I don't give a fuck. Get out. I'm out. It doesn't matter. Everyone pays to join. You get kicked out anyway. You have to fight to keep your place. That's the whole.
Damn.
That's because that's how life was. If we were still in the animal kingdom, the lions that you see on TV, they weren't just born big lions. They had to fight other lions. They had to fight to get that antelope. They had to fight other animals, hyenas, jackals. They had to fight to be the boss. We're living in a comfortable world now where people think, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But you know what? To some degree, it does matter. It does matter. And I'm going to tell you who it matters to. It matters to your soul and it matters to God. I stand in the mirror with a pure heart. I know I am the best version of me that could possibly ever exist. I know that God is proud of me. There's nothing that God hates more than sloth and laziness. If God were to create a man and that man were to sit around and do fuck all, God will frown upon you. It's why you're never lucky. If you're listening to this and you think I'm never lucky, I'll tell you why, because God dislikes you because you're fucking lazy. Start to work. Start to show God the beauty of his own creations. You'd be amazed how lucky you'll become.
Wow.
God is unhappy with these people. And inside their hearts, they're unhappy. We talk about depression, anxiety, all those things you mentioned earlier on this podcast. That comes from self-loathing. You loathe your own weakness. You loathe your own laziness. This is what all of these things are. I don't feel depression. How can I feel depression when I'm the most powerful version of me that I could ever fucking be? How can I feel depression when I could squeeze my own hand hard enough to break my own bones? How can I feel depression when I've smashed and destroyed 68 people's faces in front of me, men who thought they could test me in fair combat? How can I feel depressed? It's impossible. Do you understand?
Bro, you got like the best fucking mentality, like brain, like ethic I've ever seen in my fucking life. What the fuck? Everything you're saying is just like that you said. It's literally facts. I agree with like 100% of everything. So why do we, okay, here's another question. Do you notice that like human beings, naturally, we don't care about things until it's gone. Like we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone. You know what I'm trying to say? Like appreciation. Like,
correct.
Why is that? Why do you think that? And do you feel that way? Like, are you very grateful? Are you appreciate what you have? Like, you know how to speak on that.
Yeah, that's a mental trick. You have to rewire your brain. That's one of the things you have to rewire your brain to do. And the reason your brain needs to be rewired is because anyone who is watching this stream below the age of 30, your brain is already broken. And I'll tell you it's broken. I'll tell you why. Watch your friends when they're on TikTok. How long can they even focus on a video before they have to change? Half a second, a second,
Damn.
maybe. All of your minds are broken. You can't even focus on anything anymore.
You're right.
You are constantly distracted to the point where you can't even appreciate the good things in your life. You're distracted. Your minds are broken. You need to rewire your mind and resist the slave programming.
How?
They have I'll tell you how. First thing you have to do is identify it. You have to identify what is happening to you. I use my mind to break the trap. What I do is I allow my enemy to manipulate me on purpose. And then I use my mind to break the trap and punish the perpetrators. I will sit on TikTok for a day and I'll just enjoy TikTok. And by the end of the day, I'll watch myself. How quickly I'm looking to be entertained, how little time I give a video, how fucked up I am. And then I'll blink and I'll cure my fucking brain. You must allow yourself to be manipulated and you must fix it. All of it. You just talked about not appreciating the things you have. Then blink and cure your brain. It's a conscious decision. You're letting other people control your mind.
All distraction.
The Matrix is trying to control your mind. They're very good at it. That's what they do to control all of us. You have to break the trap. If you cannot control your own mind, let me make this point because it's extremely important. If you cannot control your own mind, then you are just a feather in the wind of life, because your own mind is the only thing you can control. You can't control the weather. Right. You can't control other people. You can't even control whether your heart stops beating. You might have a heart attack tomorrow. You can't control anything besides what you think. If you cannot control your own mind, then you go through life with zero control, zero influence. You can't control anything. You're just a feather in the wind, waiting for life to blow you from happy place to sad place to happy place to sad place, completely hoping on the gods to be fortunate to you, because if any genuine discomfort comes your way, you're fucked. It is trained like everything else in life. It is trained. So if you find yourself not appreciating what you have until it's gone, then you must blink and cure your brain. If you find yourself unable to focus or concentrate on tasks, you must blink and cure your brain. If you find yourself unable to go and dedicate yourself to something you don't want to do, you must blink and cure your brain. Because all of our minds have been under constant assault for years. The way the mind functions, the way people interact has changed so significantly in the last 10 years, you wouldn't believe. If you go to a party today as opposed to a party 10 years ago, they look completely different. People are acting differently. People are on their phones now than ever used to be. Even now, people will go to places only to get an Instagram picture, even if they don't enjoy the place.
Wow.
It's all about pretending they're having fun as opposed to actually having fun. The entire paradigm of society and how we interact has now changed.
When you're a child, Christmas is all about getting things. What presents do I get? But as a man, as you evolve, as you grow, you realize that the only kind of joy you can find is to be the one who is giving. Because Dad's worked all year long. Dad has got up earlier than everyone else, worked harder than everyone else, and he's done it all year long, and now it's Christmas, and everyone gets him socks. Nobody cares. Only person who can make you happy as a man is you. And here's where the interesting conversation begins. Because, truthfully, you give things to the people you care about as a man via your excellence and achievement. If you love your family, you watching this, Mr. Midwit, sitting there who says, I love my family, I love Christmas, I love my family around the Christmas table. I would argue the point that you don't love your family. And the reason I will say that is because if you loved your family, you would be instantly and endlessly inspired and motivated to become as brilliant as possible so that you were now useful to them. All the people who are in your life, you show respect to them via a quest for excellence. If you had a woman and you truly loved her, you would want to be your best self for her. Real men, we don't want to be given that much. What we want to do is show to the people we care about how brilliant we are, and them to remind us of it endlessly. So if you are sitting there at home and you are broke, if you are weak, if you are lazy, you don't love any of the people you think you love. The only person you love, selfishly and absolutely, is yourself. I mean, they can look at you. I mean, you're sure your chick looks at you, your family looks at you like, okay, yeah, he's all right. They don't love you like my family loves me. Hundreds of people eat because of me. I am the big boss. I have never failed. I am loved completely. I'm loved as an overwatcher, as a protector. Nobody calls your phone when there's a problem, because nobody thinks you can do anything about it. And if you actually truly love them, you would change. Because if you truly love somebody, you refuse to not be exceptional for that person. A grander and more meta thought I was having. If Santa Claus was a real person, and instead of going around through the world to decide who was naughty and who was nice, he went around through the world to decide who had genuinely worked hard this year and who hadn't, would Santa give you a present? Or would he put you on the naughty list of boys who tried hard most of the time, but not all of the time? Because Santa knows when you are sleeping and he knows when you're awake. And the most beautiful thing about this little analogy I've come up with is that Santa is real. His name is God.
And if you genuinely do what you're supposed to do all of the time, God gives you a present. Isn't that amazing? Work hard, the God appears, gives you what you want. So if you don't have what you want, there's only two possible explanations. One, God somehow got it wrong. Or two, you're a lazy fuck up. Because if you're truly depressed with your situation, if you're truly unhappy with it 24/7, like you should be, you won't stay there. You'll get out. And that's what most of you are doing. And Santa is watching you do that. And that's why year after year, nothing remarkable happens in your life. Let me repeat that. Nothing remarkable happens in your life. If you were to tell me your best story from this last year, not only would I not be entertained, I would likely be offended and bored. Did you go to a club? Did you go party? Did you go on holiday? Whoa, crazy. You've wasted another year and God knows it, which is why for Christmas you're going to get nothing but socks and you're going to stay a fuck up until you do something about it. If I just sit and wait long enough, God will give me what I want. No, he won't, because you're on the naughty list. I've already pointed out to you that you're a loser. As many ways as I possibly could think of a way to do it. And you continue to refuse to be anything better than what you are. You insist on being a wagey so you can stay there.
The clock is ticking and the calendar keeps moving forward, whether we like it or not. The question is, are you moving forward with it? Every year, many of us promise ourselves that this will be the year we make a change, chase our dreams, or finally live up to our potential. Yet too often those promises fade into the background and another year slips through our fingers. Today I'm here to tell you, don't waste another year. This is your life. Every single day is a gift, and every year is a chapter in the story you're writing. The question is, what kind of story are you creating? Are you living with purpose, striving toward your goals and making the most of your time? Or are you letting fear, doubt, and procrastination hold you back? Time is the one thing you can never get back. You can earn more money, rebuild relationships, or even recover from mistakes. But you can't rewind the clock. Once a year is gone, it's gone forever. So why let another year pass you by without giving your all to the things that truly matter? Think about your dreams, your goals, and the life you've always imagined for yourself. How far along are you? If you're not where you want to be, it's not because you lack the ability or the potential. It's because you haven't taken the necessary steps. Success doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who act. Stop waiting for the perfect time. There's no such thing. Life will always be messy, unpredictable, and full of challenges. But those challenges aren't reasons to delay. They're opportunities to grow. If you keep waiting for everything to align perfectly, you'll wait forever. Start now, right where you are, with whatever you have. This year can be different, but only if you make it different. You can't expect new results with the same old habits. If you want to grow, you have to change. That might mean stepping out of your comfort zone, taking risks, or letting go of excuses that have held you back. Growth is uncomfortable, but it's always worth it. Take responsibility for your time. Every minute you spend scrolling through your phone, binge watching TV, or dwelling on things you can't control is time you could have used to move closer to your goals. Be intentional with how you spend your days because your days make up your life. Set clear, specific goals for yourself. Don't just say, I want to be better this year. Define what better looks like. Do you want to get healthier, build a business, improve your relationships, or learn a new skill? Write it down, create a plan, and commit to making it happen. Discipline will be your best friend in this journey. Motivation will come and go, but discipline keeps you moving forward. It's the ability to show up every day, even when you don't feel like it. It's what separates those who succeed from those who only dream. Surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you. The company you keep has a massive impact on your mindset and actions. If you're around people who are complacent, you'll become complacent too. Find people who push you to be your best and hold you accountable to your goals. Remember, setbacks are part of the process. You will face obstacles and you will make mistakes. That's not failure, it's learning. Every setback is an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more determined. Don't let fear of failure stop you from trying. Celebrate your progress along the way. Success isn't just about the big achievements. It's about the small wins that add up over time. Recognize and appreciate every step forward, no matter how small it may seem. Visualize the life you want and keep that vision in your mind every day. Let it drive your actions and fuel your determination. When you stay focused on your why, it becomes easier to push through challenges and stay committed to your path. Don't compare your journey to others. Everyone moves at their own pace, and someone else's timeline has nothing to do with yours. Focus on your progress and keep moving forward, one step at a time. This is your year to take control. Don't let distractions, negativity, or self-doubt steal your time and energy. You have the power to make this year your best yet, but it starts with a decision to prioritize your goals, take consistent action, and refuse to settle for anything less than your potential. Think about where you could be a year from now if you start today. Imagine the progress you could make, the growth you could experience, and the person you could become. That vision is within your reach, but it won't happen by accident. You have to make it happen. So stop waiting, stop doubting, stop holding yourself back. This is your moment, your opportunity, and your time. The clock is ticking, and the year is already moving forward. Don't let it pass you by.
You've got to be a little bit gone to it. You're not all there. You've got to be almost insane to your craft. Not a lot of people can understand that. That's why I don't know about nothing else. I do not pay attention to nothing else. There was games of football on yesterday. There was rugby. There was this. There was that. And like normal society is like, let's talk about this and let's engage in this. And I can't do it. I just don't, people are talking to me and in my head, I'm counting something. I'm counting up a number, or I'm knee deep in a sequence on the mat or on the feet. That's my life. Sequences and numbers. Nothing else. I cannot pay attention to nothing else.
Guys, this is some life advice from the top. If you're sitting at home and you want to do better than the current position you're in, the first thing you have to do is blame absolutely everything on yourself, whether it's good or bad. Because once you take absolute self-accountability, then you will find actions you can take, steps that you can make, which are going to directly correlate towards your successes. If you blame outside sources, if you say I was unlucky, or the government did this, or this politician, or this person lied about me, then you're blaming other people and you feel helpless. You need to feel in charge. You got to take absolute self-accountability, and that's what chess teaches, because no matter how well you play a game of chess, if you lost, at some point you made a mistake. Absolutely everything as a man is your responsibility. It's your responsibility to become your best and brightest version of yourself. And you're not going to do that simply by talking it into existence. You need to live it into existence. You need to go out there and do things which are genuinely difficult, genuinely stressful, which are genuinely scary, so you can become the man you want to be. So you have to take responsibility for these things, and you have to seek them and choose and find the correct difficulties for you to overcome so you can build a character worth having.
You stare at your past and you'll end up staying there. It's okay to look back and admire it, but you carry on. People can get comfortable with a win and slack off then. Slack off on the training, slack off on the diet. They've won one. They're winners now. That's not me, you know. You sleep on a win and you'll wake up with a loss.
Manhood is exceptionally hard, and life is hard. But how you shape yourself will determine how hard it is for you and how miserable it will be. As a man, there is no easy life. Your life is not about being easy. Your life is not about being happy. Your life is always going to be difficult. All of the pain you feel, all of the sadness you feel, you're supposed to feel as a man, and you have two effective binary choices. You either go through the suffering and go through the trauma and go through the hardship it takes to be a man of value, or you suffer eternity as a nobody. And being invisible, I would argue, is almost worse. You can have a very stress-free life if you work in Starbucks. You don't care about the Starbucks once you clock off. You go home, you play video games, and you exist until you die. That's stress-free, but you have to suffer being a nobody. Alternatively, you can go out there into the world,
try and implement your mark on the world, work hard, try to get rich, more money, more problems. You can try and start a business, the stress of that. You can lose your girlfriend because all you're doing is working. This is a new level of stress, a new level of trauma, but at least you'll be a somebody at the end of it. There's two ways to suffer. You either suffer as becoming a somebody, or you suffer as a perpetual and forever nobody.
I've been listening to laughter all my career.
Yeah.
I've been listening to them laugh my whole career. They've been laughing. But an Irishman win a Cage Warriors world title? Hell no. You serious? An Irishman? An Irishman win a fight in the UFC? Hell no. Laughs all around. Okay, you gotta win. Now he wants to win a world title? Hell no. He's all talk. He's all hype. He's a joke. Laughter all around at the Joker. Then the Joker goes and wins the world title. Now he wants to win a second world title. More laughter. Listen, the sound of laughter and the sound of doubt motivates me. I've got this situation where people are truly doubting me like they doubted me at the very, very beginning. And that's motivating for me. That's what's going to drive me to the gym when I need to go to the gym.
That's how much you know school's a scam. You don't look at someone rich and respect them thinking he went to school. The people you are learning from in school aren't even fucking rich. Your business professors never had a business. School's a scam, and it's the biggest scam on earth. The reason it's a scam is because it operates in a vacuum. It operates in a vacuum because it cannot be fairly compared to any other service. So you can get a loan for school, but you can't use that money for anything else. Because if they were to open it up and put the school, the education system, into the fair market of capitalism, it would fail. If I were to give you $100,000 and say you can get a degree, or you can buy a crypto, or you can start your own business, or you can do anything you want, who's going to choose a degree? Nobody! So they say you can only get the money if you use it for education, which allows it to operate inside of a vacuum. Because it operates inside of a vacuum, it is one of the few things on the planet which is allowed to be non-competitive. It's not competitive against any other investment. Everyone knows that. But you can only get the money for that, so you can't get the money to invest in anything else, so you end up doing it, learning something that is outdated, slow to learn. There's more degrees every single year, meaning the value of a degree decreases, and the price goes up every single year.
You know what I mean? You can always do something. If your ankle is sore, well, is your arm sore? What's the problem? Do what you can. People use things as an excuse. You know what I mean? Okay, something's off, so I can just chill on everything now. But it's important not to do that. You know what I mean? You've got to focus on what you can do, not what you cannot do, because that will consume you. If you focus on what you can do, sooner or later, you're going to be able to do absolutely everything. There's always something you can do. All the time. So it's just about finding it, being honest with yourself, and fucking doing it.
I believe that it's pain that teaches. I don't believe men especially can learn any way besides pain. We talk about learning a lesson the easy way or the hard way. And I'll tell you something. We've all been offered chances to learn a lesson the easy way our entire lives. And guess what? We didn't learn anything and we kept doing it. It's natural, intrinsic inside of men. You'll see a man drive a car too fast and almost crash 100 times. And he won't learn his lesson until he's crashed that car. We only learn things the hard way. It's only pain that can teach a man. Every single time something bad happens to me, that's how I see it. I see it as God teaching me to make me more wise, more formidable, a more capable opponent. And that's how you have to approach life. Every single hero in every single movie goes through adversity. There's never been a hero movie where all he does is win. No, to be a hero, you have to suffer. If you're suffering in some degree, even if you're a normal guy with a normal job and you're suffering at your job, or you're heartbroken because your girl left you or whatever, if you're suffering, that's part of your hero's journey. There is no hero's journey without suffering. If you have an easy life the whole way through, you never get to be a hero. That's the whole point of being a man, is that you're supposed to suffer. You're supposed to eat pain for breakfast. You're supposed to come and grow into a better version of yourself. That's exactly what life's supposed to be about as a man. If you want to be a superhero in life, you need to understand that for 80% of the movie, you're going to suffer. For 80% of the movie, you're going to lose. Watch any superhero movie. For 80% of the movie, it is nothing but pain and frustration and difficulty. And when your life is that way, you have a chance to grow into something fantastic, and you should thank God for every difficult thing he puts in your path. Think about a superhero movie. A man is unfairly imprisoned in a Romanian jail cell and trained so hard he emerges stronger than ever before. That is a movie. You get to live a movie as a man if all you had was some balls. We are living movie scripts. Why? Because we have bravery. Most men sit there and wonder why they're depressed because you don't get to live a movie. You're not the main character of anything. You're not even a secondary character in anyone else's movie. You're an unimportant nobody because you were afraid your entire life. You've lived like a coward your whole life. You were afraid of what might happen if you have some balls. And then you wonder why you're depressed. I'd be depressed if I was you. Of course, your life sucks. I'd rather go to jail as me than live free as you. Because when you're free, you can't even do anything. You can't go where you want. You're broke. You can't have sex. Girls don't want you. You can't speak because no one listens. So what are you free to do? You're more in jail than I ever was. My mind is free. I'm allowed to think what I want to think and say what I want to say. They have thoughts and they go, don't know if I should say that. They second guess themselves. They're their own worst enemy. Every single part of me is on my team. I have enemies who want me dead. Fine. But every single part of me, my mind, my hands, my legs, every single part of me is on my team. My body doesn't second guess itself. My mind doesn't turn on itself. We don't break and self-sabotage. There's no civil wars inside of Andrew Tate. Now, a lot of men no longer have shame. You have no shame left. You should be too ashamed to be a coward. You should be too ashamed to do the wrong thing. Where's your shame? Well, we destroy that, right? We destroy that even in schools with men and stuff. I'll tell you something. My brother can shame me into doing something. He can shame me. He can call me a pussy or a coward, and I'll stand up and say, no, I'm not, and I'll do the brave thing. Shame works for men sometimes. I say to men all the time, men come to me and say, I can't get a girlfriend. I say, it's because you're a loser. You are a loser. Change that fact. Come to me and prove to me you're not a loser. I will shame him and he will react to it and his life will improve. But now we have men with no shame. They'll walk around with no shame at all. And then we wonder why we have a whole bunch of cowards. Cowardice is always the easy choice, but you should feel too much shame to take it. That's the problem. It's the path of man. It's the path of victory. And it's the only path to truth. It's the only path to genuine happiness in your heart. There's one path. There's one. There is one path to happiness, and that is masculine strength, and that is eating pain for breakfast and becoming a better person. The flavor of life is pain. You try to change the flavor, you're going to end up disappointed, you're going to end up weak, you're going to end up miserable. Accept the flavor and learn to love it. That's the only path to genuine competence and happiness within yourself as a man.
The Irish mentality is when you finish school, if you're not going to college or anything, you have to get a job straight away. There's no chasing your dreams and doing what you want to do. You know what I mean? It's get a trade or get in and do a job. So I got the first trade that came my way, which was plumbing. You know what I mean? And I spent 18 months doing that, and I'm looking around on the site and I'm looking at the fully qualified people, you know, bad backs and bad posture and not a good life to live, you know, and I just realized I didn't want to go down that route. You know what I mean? I thought I could do something with my life, and I knew I had the ability to make it in this game. When I walked out of jobs, that's why I left the plumbing, and obviously my mum and dad weren't too happy, you know what I mean? So, but like, over time, they saw the amount of work I put in, you know what I mean? No one works harder than me. I'm the hardest working athlete on this island.